Hi, this is Tom Stone. Welcome to this video session. We're having a follow-up call with Polona from Slovenia with translation help from Petra. So welcome, ladies. Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you too. Hi, Tom.
Hi.
Great, great. So our purpose is to find out how Polona is doing since we gave her that session to help her overcome the heartbreak and other related emotions. So please give us a little bit of an updated report on how it's going since our session.
V bistvu namen tega današnjega srečanja je, da vidimo, kako si od tistega zadnjega srečanja, ko smo delali v bistvu na razhodu s partnerjem, pa še na drugih stvarih. Tako da če lahko na kratko poveš pač, kako si, jaz bom to vmes prevajala.
Ja, počutim se boljše, pač bolj samozavestno tudi in sem bolj odprta, no, v bistvu tako, pač tudi do drugih ljudi.
She feels better, she feels confident, and she feels more open towards other people.
Wonderful. That's terrific. That's exactly what we were after.
Good.
And how about the feeling of heartbreak that you had before? Do you feel any of that still?
A še kaj občutiš v bistvu teh čustev, ki si jih prej imela v povezavi z razhodom s partnerjem, ta tako zlomljeno srce, ki rečemo temu, to bolečino?
Mislim, pač to bolečino niti ne, mogoče malo sem tako v dvomih, recimo, če bi zdaj pač enega drugega spoznala, a ne vem, če bi se tako navezala, kakor sem se pač na tega partnerja, ki sem ga prej imela, a ne? Sam tu recimo malo me tako, pač pa ne.
She doesn't feel heartbroken anymore, she feels okay with that, but she is a little bit doubtful whether when she meets another person, she's going to allow herself to be so attached to that person as she was to this ex-partner.
Okay, so let's test for that, because maybe a little bit of a tune-up with some work on that to help just have the real sense of ease and confidence that she's going to be able to trust her intuition and follow it regarding this. That would be probably a good idea. It's a good idea. Let's do a little bit on that. If you have the time, we can do something now.
Če imaš čas, bi v bistvu pogledali, če je še kaj v zadnji, kar bi bilo treba narediti, zato da boš lahko bolj samozavestna, tudi ko boš nekoga spoznala v tem smislu, da boš lahko zaupala sebi, svoji intuiciji. Bi ti bilo okej?
To, da je pač on ta pravi.
Ja, v bistvu, da se boš lahko na nek način prepustila. Da boš zaupala, da lahko, ne vem, greš v zvezo in tako.
Ja.
Bi ti bilo okej to?
Ja, če pač.
She's okay with it?
Okay, great, very good. So let's discuss it just a little bit more to make sure that we do exactly the right thing that's going to really help this. So the concern, it's very reasonable to have the concern that you could make the mistake again. What we want to do is to make sure that we understand exactly what it is that she wants. And it's very reasonable to have the concern of making a similar mistake to what she made in the past, because, she did it at least twice, maybe more.
V bistvu je to, ta dvom ali pa skrb čist na nek način logična, glede na to, da si pač vsaj dvakrat v preteklosti že imela ta občutek, da si naredila pač napako oziroma izbrala napačnega, tako da bomo zdaj pogledali, kaj lahko.
So some of the prevention from doing that we already actually did in the previous session.
Nekaj glede tega smo tudi na prejšnjem srečanju naredili.
But I'm going to check and see what else we can do to help to really ensure that that doesn't happen.
Bo pa to preveril, kaj lahko še naredimo, da se res zagarantiraš, da se ne.
Okay. So we have one, two, and there are two things that could cause that to happen again. So it's actually a valid concern. It's really good you brought it up.
Dobro, da si to omenila, ker sta dve stvari še, ki jih je optimalno razrešiti v povezavi s tem.
But I'm speaking in relatively short sections to make it easy for you to remember and translate.
Thank you.
No problem. So I'm just going to test now to see what it could be that might be the problem here. And these are both things from the core dynamics model. Yes, that makes it easy. One of them is on the looking for yourself where you're not side of the picture, the longing, we call it now. And it's the one of mistaking need for love, which is the upper right side of the chart.
Okay. Preveril je samo iz tega sistema pogojnih odzivov, če se spomniš v knjigi noter, ki jih je teh 12 napisanih, pa zdaj samo bo preveril, če so te ovire povezane s temi pogojnimi odzivi, in en je, in sicer zamenjava tega, da te nekdo rabi za ljubezen, mi to dvoje zamenjujemo, oziroma longing, na nek način hrepenenje po nečem, to je ena.
Okay, so the way it works is this. When we're little, living with our parents, it's extremely rare that people get enough of the experience of what they think, what we call love. It's like they don't get the love they think they need.
Ko smo še otroci, pa živimo starši, v bistvu zelo redko kdo res dobi dovolj tega občutka, da je ljubljen, oziroma dovolj nečesa, kar enači z ljubeznijo.
And so there's a tendency to look for guys who have some of the same sort of characteristics as the parents, like they're not really all that emotionally available.
In zato pogosto potem tudi v moških recimo iščemo nekoga, ki je podoben staršem in ni v bistvu tako zelo odprt na čustvenem nivoju, oziroma da bi se res predal.
And there tends to be this phenomena that happens of thinking that, oh, I'll find somebody who's kind of like my parents, and then I'll fix them so that they give me the love that I'll finally get the love that I didn't get.
Potem v bistvu to, kar naredimo, je to, da poiščemo nekoga, ki je podoben našim staršem in mislimo, ok, zdaj jaz njega popravlja, da bo on me imel rad, da bi dobila končno to ljubezen, ki jo kot otrok nisem.
Like, for example, you might feel, well, if I give them enough, then maybe they'll love me back.
Če jim jaz dam dovolj enih stvari, če jih imam jaz dovolj rada, potem bojo oni tudi mene imeli. To je v bistvu neko razmišljanje, ki je v zadju.
You can relate to this, huh? Yeah.
Lahko s tem povežeš.
Ja.
Yeah. But unfortunately, it's kind of like giving to a black hole. You just give and give and give, and you don't get it back.
Yeah. She understood.
Yeah. So this problem is coming from one of the expressions of this longing to have people give you what you think you need.
To je v bistvu izraz tega, da hrepenimo po tem, da bi nam ljudje dali tisto, kar mi mislimo, da rabimo.
And we dealt with part of this in the last session, but there's still some specific energy of the fear that you're not going to get the love that you feel you didn't get when you were a child, and that you still kind of go looking for it from some guy. V bistvu del tega smo že na prejšnjem srečanju se lotili, ampak en delček je pa še strahu, da ne boš dobila te ljubezni, ki tudi kot otrok nisi, in da boš v bistvu zaradi tega to iskala. Yeah. Now, this also causes the second energy that we're going to deal with. It causes you to feel like, oh, this guy's really hot, you know? It's like, I want him. And inside, your intuition is telling you, don't go there. But he's so hot, and you override the intuition and you go for it anyway, only to find that 6 months or 2 years or 5 years later, it's like, oh my God, what a disaster. I sure wish I would have followed my intuition.
V bistvu ta prvi strah je potem lahko razlog tudi za to, da potem v bistvu so ti všeč pravni napačni moški in čeprav ti intuicija govori, ne tja, pejt stran, v bistvu preslišiš to intuicijo in greš v bistvu v to zvezo, pa potem čez par mesecev ali pa čez par let ugotoviš, da pač to ni to.
Yeah, you're nodding your head a lot. I think you get this. Think back for a moment, Polona. Think back on when you first met the guy who became your husband and when you first met this boyfriend who you recently broke up with. Think back and remember that your intuition actually spoke to you very quietly and it just said, don't go there. But somehow you overrode it and you went there anyway.
Če se spomniš, ko si spoznala moža ali ko si tega partnerja spoznala, običajno je en glas intuicije, ki ti reče, ne se v to spuščati, ampak preslišiš in greš. A se spomniš kaj tega? Kakšnega tega občutka?
Tle pri tem drugem sploh nisem pač vedela, sem imela to sporočila. Sem je tako pač, ne vem, neko kemijo sem začutila.
For the second guy, the last partner, she knew it wasn't okay because he was married, but she felt the chemistry, so...
Yeah, exactly. So here's the thing. The chemistry, this is the interesting part. The chemistry, which we interpret with the word love, okay, actually has nothing to do with love whatsoever. It has... Yeah, go ahead and translate that.
Dostkrat kemijo povezujemo z ljubeznijo, ampak kemija nima nobene veze z ljubeznijo.
Yeah, the juiciness about it is actually the feeling of, oh my gosh, I've got a situation here where I can fix this person and then I'll finally get the love that I didn't get as a kid. That's where the juiciness comes from.
Tisto, v bistvu, kar nas privlači, je ravno ta občutek, da smo končno najdeli nekoga, ki ga lahko malo po svoje pošteljamo in nam bo dal tu ljubezen, ki jo pač nismo do zdaj dobili.
So you feel incredibly drawn to the person, but it's not love. It's like wanting to get something that you felt you never got.
Ja, v bistvu te vleče tja, ampak to ni ljubezen, ampak je ta ideja, da boš dobila nekaj, kar nekoč nisi. She said it was like a magnet drawing.
Yeah, exactly like that. And you know, all the movies and the books and the stories and the fairy tales and all this stuff, they all play into this, you know, because it's so widespread. So we think, oh, that's love. It's marketed under the word love, but it has nothing to do with love.
V filmih, po knjigah pa to, v raznih zgodbah, v bistvu poslušaš o tem in se rečeš, to je ljubezen, da nima nobene veze z ljubeznijo.
Okay, so it turns out that the solution to this is actually pretty simple. And that is that there's a fear of not getting what you think you need. And that's the fear of, oh, I'm not going to get the love that I need. I really need that. So, you know, let me get in here and make this happen so I can finally get that. So it's a fear-driven power.
V bistvu je tukaj zadnji strah, da ne boš dobila tega, kar v bistvu želiš. In pol je v bistvu, kada bi hoteli siliti to, da dobimo to, kar rabimo, v bistvu to ljubezen, ki jo želiš. Tako da v bistvu to razmišljanje na nek način poganja v narekovajih strah, da ne boš dobila tega, kar hočeš v bistvu, oziroma misliš, da rabiš.
Okay, so we've set kind of the context, intellectual understanding context for this. Now what we want to do is to resolve that fear. It's the fear I'm not going to get the love I think I need.
Zdaj bomo v bistvu razširili ta energijo tega strahu, da ne bom dobila ljubezni, ki mislim, da
Now, the wonderful thing is, when this fear is gone, you don't have the fear anymore, and you also don't have the feeling of need.
Ker razrešiš ta strah, ne samo, da ni več strahu, tudi nimaš več tega občutka, da rabiš to ljubezen.
The whole thing becomes kind of like a non-issue.
Ni več problem pol.
And the difference in your experience will be that you'll meet somebody like you used to really fall for, and you'll meet them and it'll feel like, nah, not this one.
I can relate. Oh my God.
Yeah, this session's for you too.
No,
you better follow along to do the technique.
I experienced exactly what you just described, so that's why I can really relate.
Yeah.
V bistvu, ko razrešiš ta strah, potem ko nimaš več te potrebe, potem, da bi nekoga imel, potem boš srečala moškega, ki bi te recimo zdaj ful privlačil, zaradi tega, ko ga hočeš poštimati, ne? Ampak ti bo intuicija rekla, ne greš tja in bo šla stran. Čist v bistvu, to če mi intuitivno.
Vizualno, tako privlačno, kako?
V bistvu tako, kot zdaj, ko si rekla, da je bila ta kemija, da te je vlekel kot magnet. Boš srečala moške, ki bi te recimo
Tako
vlekel kot magnet, kadar si v tem stanju, da rabiš ljubezen. Ampak, ko boš razrešila ta strah, da ne boš dobila te ljubezni, v bistvu boš še vedno spoznala te moške, ampak intuitivno boš šla stran, ker boš vedela, da niso dobri zate. Tako da ljudje, ki bi te recimo, 2 meseca nazaj bi ti bili ful privlačni, ti nojo potegniti.
So you'll see, it's going to be a very interesting experience to meet some guy who you formerly would have like, oh my God, this guy's really hot. And he'll just be like, not interested.
To je zanimiva izkušnja, ko boš srečala ljudi, ki bi ti recimo bili včasih ful všečni, ful privlačni, ampak enostavno ne bo šla.
Yeah, this would be much, much healthier way of functioning. So let's go for it.
Yeah.
So I'll guide you through the process of finding energy, and then we'll do. There's one in-technique energy and one out-technique energy associated with this fear of not getting the love that you think you need. Okay, here we go. So go ahead and close your eyes. And we'll start by accessing the background of quietness.
Zdaj bomo najprej v bistvu šla v tišino.
And Petra, if you can, and you want to both translate and follow along, you're welcome to do that.
Okay, I can do that. I have the issue on some other, in some other area of life. So the love life is okay now, but the other area I still can do the technique.
Okay. Yeah, might as well get rid of this while we're doing it. So, okay, so go ahead and close your eyes. Take a few moments to notice your thoughts, look off to the side of the thoughts, and get access to the background of silence.
V bistvu tisto, kar zdaj narediš, je samo za nekaj trenutkov. Najprej opazuješ svoje misli, oziroma opazila boš, da ti misli grejo po glavi. In vedno, ko v bistvu zaznaš misel, samo poglej v stran, tako kot če se spomniš zadnjič, ki je omenil to prispodobo z oblakom pa z nebom. Vsakič, ko pride misel, samo poglej v stran.
So each time a new thought comes, look off to the side and notice the background of quietness.
Vsakič, ko pride nova misel, samo poglej stran in opazi ozadje tišine, na katerem se ta misel pojavi.
So you probably have some pretty good access to the quietness now, and you can just tell the body to show you the in technique energy of this fear that you're not going to get love that you think you need.
Zdaj si verjeten že v tišini oziroma že lahko to zaznaš. In samo reči svojemu telesu, da naj ti pokaže, kje je energija in tehnika bivšega hora, ki ti preprečuje, oziroma energija tega strahu, da ne boš dobila tisto ljubezen, ki misliš, da jo rabiš. In samo bod pozorna, kjerkoli zaznaš.
Pretty much immediately, the body will show you some tight knot or ball of energy inside somewhere. The dramatic element of this fear.
In običajno ti bo telo zelo hitro pokazalo neko napetost ali neko en krogla energije in vozu v telesu, ki je še v bistvu energija tega strahu oziroma tega traumatičnega dela tega strahu. Lahko zaznaš? Ne. She doesn't feel anything.
Check in the head. I think it's in your head.
Glava, kako je glava, lahko tam kjerkoli zaznaš.
Yeah, she feels like she's a little bit drunk, but she's not.
Oh, this drunk feeling, this is the energy we're looking for. Yeah.
To je to, kar iščemo, to je ta energija.
If you allow yourself to, you'll notice that there's a place where that feeling feels the strongest.
Če si samo dovoliš to opazovati, boš opazila, da je nekje en delček, kjer je ta energija najmočnejša.
So once you can identify that central strongest area, just put your attention right into that strongest part of the energy field and adjust the distance so that you're as close as possible without being overwhelmed.
Ko boš to zaznala, ti si rekla na vrhu glave, samo približaj svojo pozornost temu delu, kjer je energija najmočnejša, do te mere, da te ne posrka, da te ne preplavi ta energija, ampak hkrati, da jo res lahko občutiš. She said it was at the top of her head.
Okay, yeah, that's the right one. This is the one, yep, muscle testing is yes. The intensity level may seem to stay more or less the same for a while, but gradually, if you just keep noticing it, gradually it will start to soften.
Mogoče se ti bo na začetku zdelo, da se nič ne spremeni, da je ta intenzivnost skozi enaka in lahko bo tako, ampak postopno se bo intenzivnost začela zmanjševati.
When it finally does start to soften, get a little closer to it.
Ko se bo začela ta intenzivnost zmanjševati, ko bo energija postajala bolj mehka, samo spet se približaj svojo pozornostjo, da spet še tisti del, ki ostaja, lahko občutiš, ampak zopet tudi pa to stran, da te ne posrka vase oziroma da te ne preplavi čisto.
So each time it gets softer, get closer to it.
Vsakič, ko se v bistvu zmanjša ta energija oziroma intenzivnost, ko postaje mehkejša, vsakič spet se svojo pozornostjo pomakneš še bližje tistemu delčku še, ki ostaja.
So you keep getting closer and closer until there's nothing left.
In greš vedno bližje in bližje, dokler nič več ne ostane.
The energy is all gone and you can open your eyes.
Ko bo v bistvu energija čist, šla stran, ki boš nič več odpila, lahko odpreš oči.
But there's no rush, take all the time you need.
Se ti pa nič ne mudi, vzemi si toliko časa, kot ga rabiš. Okay.
She's done.
Okay. Okay, so this is complete now. Very good. That's really good. Okay, I was taking liberty to test the details for what to do next while you guys were doing that. And the not trusting your intuition part of this, which has caused you to, like with this last one, where you knew this was not the right guy, but you overrode that. This occurs because of another kind of fear. This is the fear that, oh, I better jump on this or I'm going to miss out on getting what I need. It's like a fear of, missing opportunity kind of thing.
V bistvu oziroma razlog, zakaj tako na nek način kar ignoriramo intuicijo, tako pač vedela si, da ni okej, pa si šla v njem, je pogosto v ozadju tukaj tudi strah, da bomo zamudili kakšno priložnost, in potem pač hočeš zagrabiti takrat, ko se pojavi.
Yeah, I can understand that. Yeah. So this is an out technique energy. This is the second part, actually. This is the out technique energy, and it's the projection of the possible negative outcome onto the future that I'm going to miss out if I don't take action here.
To je v bistvu ta drugi del, še te energije. Gre v bistvu za projekcijo nekega negativnega izida v prihodnost. Mislim, razmišljaš, da se bo nekaj slabega zgodilo, če zdaj to priložnost zamudiš. In zato v bistvu pač greš.
And that energy is like stronger and more compelling than the quiet intuition that's telling you, don't go there.
In ta energija je v bistvu močnejša, in na nek način prevlada intuicija oziroma preglasi intuicija, in to je energija oziroma bivši sili, velika sila.
Yeah, you can recall from your experience that I'm just describing exactly what happens.
V bistvu spretno to zdaj, kar on pripoveduje na nek način, se lahko najdeš v tem, glede na svoje izkušnje. Yeah, you can.
Great. So let's resolve this so that it stops being a problem.
Bomo zdaj to rešili, da ne bo več problem.
Okay. So go ahead and close your eyes. And I'll guide you through it. You go back into the quietness by looking off to the side of the thoughts again.
Greš v tišino s tem, da spet pogledaš v stran od misli, ko ti pridejo.
And then just tell the body, show me the out technique energy of this fear that I'm going to miss out and not get what I think I need.
In spet samo rečeš svojemu telesu, naj ti pokaže, kje v telesu je energija tega strahu, da ne boš dobila tistega, kar misliš, da rabiš.
Pretty much immediately, the body will show you a big sort of cloud of energy that radiates out from the body and fills up the space around you.
In običajno zelo hitro ti bo telo pokazalo in tak oblak energije, ki bo seval iz tebe ven. In tak občutek, da bi bil en oblak okrog tvojega telesa, te oblak te energije.
You gonna feel that, sense of that?
Lahko to znaš? Not yet.
Yeah, it's okay. You have to decide, you're gonna allow yourself to feel it.
Dovolj si, odloč se, da si boš dovolila to občutiti.
You've been avoiding feeling this kind of thing for all your life.
To je neki en občutek, kateremu si se verjetno cel življenje izogibala.
And this feels very different than the internal constriction in technique energies. This is kind of softer, more subtle, and it's like just a kind of aura or cloud of energy that radiates out from the body and fills up the space around you.
In ta energija je precej drugačna od tiste prejšnje, od energije in tehnike, kjer je bolj na nek način močna energija, ta je taka bolj mehka in je res kot en tak blag občutek
nekega oblaka ali pa avde okrog tebe.
So if you need to just be a little more convincing with the body to show it to you, just say, come on, body, I'm really ready to feel this. Show me that cloud of energy of that fear now.
Če rabiš, lahko tudi nekoliko bolj odločno telesu rečeš, no, daj telo, pokaži mi, kje je zdaj ta oblak te energije, tega strahu. Sem pripravljena to najti, razrešiti.
And you might have the feeling that it seems like you're kind of imagining it.
Mogoče boš imel tudi občutek, da si malo domišljaš vse skupaj. She sensed it in this area.
Okay. So notice, Polona, that the energy feels like it originates there, kind of in the chest. But if you allow yourself to, you'll feel that it sort of radiates out into the space around you.
V bistvu si samo dovolj opaziti, da čeprav imaš občutek, da je energija v enem delu telesa, da v bistvu seva ven iz tebe, kot da bi tvorila en tak oblak okrog tebe.
Yeah, get a feel for that. Good. Okay. So let's just go see how big this cloud of energy is. And the way you do that is let your awareness move out into the space around you further and further. It's like moving through the energy cloud until you find a place where the energy sort of fades off into the surrounding quietness.
In zdaj si samo dovolj v bistvu opazovati, do kam vse sega ta energija, kot da bi v bistvu potovala skozi to energijo, dokler ne prideš do tistega dela, kjer energija počasi preide v tišino.
And you may very well find that the cloud of energy is much bigger than you thought it was in the beginning.
In mogoče boš ugotovila, da je ta energija oziroma ta oblak energije precej večji, kot si mogoče mislila, da bo.
But you just keep going out further and further until you get out past the last part of the energy where it's just fading off into the quietness. We're interested in accessing that quietness.
In samo greš še naprej, še dlje, vse dokler ne greš čist ven iz tega polja energije, dokler ne prideš v tišino, ker ta tišina je tista, ki nam je v tem trenutku zanimiva oziroma kamor želiš priti. Ja, jo imaš?
Found the quietness?
Si našla tišino? Ja, she did.
Very good. So go a little bit deeper into the quietness, a little bit further away from the edge of the energy field. And you do that by just noticing the area of the quietness that's a little further away.
Samo opazuj to tišino, ki je še dlje stran od tega energijskega polja, od tega zunanjega roba energijskega polja. In si na ta način dovolj pomakni še globje v tišino in še dlje stran od energijskega polja.
And then go really deep into the quietness, quite far away from the energy cloud.
In si samo dovolj še globje v tišino, res daleč stran od tega energijskega polja oziroma od zunanjega roba te energije strahu.
And allow yourself to notice how simply vast and limitless the quietness is.
In samo dovolj si opaziti, kako neskončno, kako prostrano je to polje tišine.
Get a sense of that?
Lahko to zaznaš, to neskončnost tišine, prostranost. Ja.
Nice. Notice how there's no fear energy out here.
Tam lahko boš opazila, da ni nobene energije strahu v tej tišini.
Just peaceful, expansive, quite lovely place to be.
Tak biti miren, prostran, lep prostor, kjer bi človek lahko prebil.
Very good. Now, as you look back at the energy cloud you were inside of just moments ago, what's happening to it now?
Če zdaj pogledaš nazaj na ta oblak energije, strahu, v katerem si bila še nekaj trenutkov nazaj, kaj se dogaja z njim? It's dissolving. Yeah. It's dissolving.
Yeah, shrinking, dissolving. Excellent. This is just what we want. So now that you're outside the energy cloud, you can see very clearly that this energy has been created in reaction to this story about the fear that you're going to miss out on something.
Zdaj, ko si v bistvu zunaj, ko si v tem polju tišine, ko si zunaj energije, lahko vidiš, da je ta energija pravzaprav nastala na podlagi neke zgodbe, ki je nastala na podlagi tega strahu, da boš zamudila kakšno priložnost.
Can you see that?
Lahko to opaziš. Yeah, she sort of imagined it.
Yeah, exactly. So now what we want to do is to really question whether this story is helping you have the life that you want or not. And that's very easy to do. And just think about it. And is allowing this story that, oh, I might miss out on something, is it giving you the life that you want to keep this story lively in your awareness?
Imamo malo podvomili v to zgodbo in če tako pogledaš, ali ti ohranjanje te zgodbe pomaga oziroma koristi za to, da imaš takšno življenje, kot si ga želiš.
No. In fact, it's the opposite. It gets you in all kinds of trouble.
Običajno je ravno nasprotno, cel kup enih težav ti prinese oziroma se znajdeš v težavah.
So once you see that, it makes it pretty easy to decide to just let go of giving energy to this story and just not allow it to be in your awareness anymore.
Ko to v bistvu spoznaš, potem je precej enostavno se lahko odločiti, da v bistvu spustiš to zgodbo in da ne vlagaš več energije, samo ker te ne koristi.
Yeah, so as soon as you decide not to give this story any more energy, then any remaining energy of the fear and the story itself, they both collapse back into nothingness, the very nothingness out of which you created them in the first place.
V bistvu to odločitev sprejmeš, potem boš lahko opazila, da se tudi še ta energija, ki ostaja, da se v bistvu, da bo zginila čisto, da se bo sesula v nič, iz česar je tudi nastala.
Very good. So when all the energy is gone, then you can open your eyes.
Ko te energije ne bo več, lahko odpreš oči. She thinks the energy is gone.
All right, I'll test for you. The energy is now completely resolved. Excellent. Good job. Very good job. Now, I want to test this out, and let me describe how we're going to do that. This is a kind of a provocation test. We want to see if there's any of this left.
Zdaj bo samo naredil en tak test, da bo videl, če je še karkoli ostalo.
So I want you to think for a moment about meeting a new guy. He's very much like this last guy.
Predstavljaj si tako, da se poznaš novega moškega, ki je precej podoben temu.
It looks different, but more or less the same kind of guy. Okay.
Vizualno je sicer drugačen, ampak tako, sta si pa ful podobna.
And I want you to just think about meeting somebody like that and see if there's any feeling of attraction.
Predstavljaj si, da nekoga takega spoznaš.
To that kind of guy.
In samo opazuj, če je še kakršnakoli privlačnost do takšnega moškega. To je karakterno in tako sta si kar tam vizualno, sta si pa sicer že odlični.
Če bi vedela, da je to, na začetku pa pol, kot se je to tudi spremenilo, pa ne, v bistvu.
If she knew,
Ta se je zelo spremenil, recimo, če je bilo drugačen.
the last guy, he really changed. At the beginning, he was different than at the end. So if she knew that this new guy is the same as the last one was at the end, then of course, no.
Okay, so the thing is, just as your intuition told you with the first one, your intuition was saying, hey, don't be fooled. This guy is not going to work, right? So you'll get that message very clear when it's somebody who's not the right fit for you. That'll mean it'll be similar to this last guy. The reason we're doing this is because you're going to start to have experiences now of meeting new people, and you don't want to get sucked in. It's just the whole purpose of what we're doing here. You don't want to get sucked into another bad one.
V bistvu zdaj boš cel kup enih ljudi pač spoznala, ne? In naš namen je, da te ne posrka spet noter, ne? In tako, kot je v bistvu takrat intuicija govorila že takoj na začetku, ne? Tudi ko je še bil on v redu, prijazen, že takrat na nek način si vedela, da ni glih fajn, da greš v to, tako boš tudi zdaj v bistvu to intuicijo zaznala oziroma mogoče še celo bolj glasno slišala.
So we want to learn from this last one, and also from now we're cleared out this sort of desperate energy of the need to get what you think you want. We've cleared that up. So when you meet somebody and your intuition tells you, don't go there, okay? Even though he looks really good, you know, and everything, your intuition tells you, then you have to remember this lesson that you've just learned from this last relationship, and don't go there.
V bistvu ta zadnja zveza je bila na nek način lekcija, ne? Da ko ti intuicija reče ne tja, da res ne greš tja. In v bistvu zdaj, ko je razrešen ta strah, je razrešen tudi ta občutek tega hrepenenja, tega feeling, da rabiš, da nujno rabiš. In že s tem ti bo v bistvu lažje, da boš lažje res poslušala intuicijo in rekla ne. Če intuicija pravi tja ne iti, potem ne iti.
Now, if somebody feels like you might be a right guy, then there's a good rule of thumb that you can follow to help make sure that in fact he is. And that is that you don't move in with anybody. You can date him, that's okay. But you date them for like 6 months, you don't make the decision to move in together for at least 6 months.
Ko boš spoznala nekoga, ki se ti bo pa zdel, da ta bi pa lahko bil ta pravi, je fajn upoštevati to, da se v bistvu sicer videvaš z njim, ampak prej, ko v 6 mesecih se ne odločiš, da se pa preselaš k njemu ali pa on k tebi. Ne? To spravi, vsaj pol leta se videvaš tako, preden to odločitev sprejmeš.
Yeah, so you just make this rule for yourself, and this is your sort of safety rule, right? That helps keep you from making some kind of commitment to a relationship that's not going to work.
To je tako, kot je lahko neko tvoje varnostno pravilo, ki te ščiti pred tem, da bi mogoče naredila kakšno prehitro odločitev ali pa prehitro se zavezala v nekaj, kar se potem ne bi šlo.
Yeah, because usually 6 months is long enough to be able to tell.
Po 6 mesecih običajno že lahko vemo, ali je to ali ni to.
Okay?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, something else we need to discuss regarding this? No. So this issue is completely resolved now. Excellent.
Rešeno.
Okay. Thank you.
You're most welcome. Well, you're a beautiful woman and you won't have any trouble getting a great guy.
Si ti lepa ženska ne boš imela težav, da najdeš nekoga.
Mora biti pravi. Pravidno.
No problem. Okay. Wonderful to be with you. What's that?
She'll be careful so she chooses the right person now.
Terrific. That's what we want. Very good. Very best to you. And, stay in touch. When you find Mr. Right and he turns out to be the right guy, let me know.
Vse dobro, ko boš našla pa tistega pravega, pa sporoči, da bo to videl.
Dobro, okay.
And if you meet somebody who's not the right guy, tell Petra.
Okay. Če ne bo popraviti, vem te.
Ja.
Say, yeah, I saved myself a lot of trouble. I didn't go with that guy. Very good. Okay, Polona, so nice to work with you. It's a pleasure. You did a great job. And Petra, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
And I think we're good for today.
Okay.
We'll see you next time. Huh?
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're so welcome. All right. All the best. Bye-bye.